Glenn, can you somehow have some personal definition about hymn? Like, what can you say about hymn?
Hymns are like songs that are sung by early Christians, and then that they are more with 4-part singing, something like that.
Okay. How about Chung? Can you how do you define contemporary song in the church?
Contemporary song, modern music, and it's more like, especially it's not traditional.
Not traditional.
Unlike him.
Unlike him. Okay. So actually, hymns and contemporary nowadays are almost like the same nowadays, especially for our century, because actually when we say contemporary, these are contemporary songs. These are songs that were composed during the 1970s until 2000. Songs between 2010 and 2010, going back to 2000. Within that span of decade, those songs that were composed during those years are already considered hymn, especially if they undergone the test of time. So when we say "Through It All" by Hillsong, it's now actually considered hymn. When we say "Patterson," it's already a hymn. Like "Come, Now Is the Time to Worship," it's also considered hymn. So actually, if we check the Hymnal 2008, some of those songs that we consider still contemporary are already considered hymn. So what are hymns? Basically, hymns are like strophic. Yes, you are correct that some of having the 4 parts, though some like the Be Thou My Vision doesn't have. It's more of unison, and some of the songs. But when we say hymn, it's more of like basically are really inspired by the Bible. Then contemporary, more of like what they call this. We call it through composed song, wherein there's no repeated words, almost no repeated melodies until the end. So it's like there's bridge, there's refrain, or there's coda. So that somehow we categorize contemporary with the beat that we can use for our from our generation. For us musicians to share and to have ourselves bridge the hymn and take out the gap going to the contemporary, what can we do?
Teach them.
Yes, we can arrange them. Like I hear a lot from YouTube for some CDs wherein like the song "I Surrender All," it's being arranged. So arranging actually requires much knowledge as to what can we do about the melody. We can put it in a R&B style or any, but basically it would require us more so that we can compose or arrange them into a contemporary genre. But for us to lower it down, since that requires much skills, isn't it that we can blend or arrange songs wherein hymns can be connected to contemporary, so that we can also introduce these hymns to the generation next to us, that there's no much difference about these hymns to our contemporary songs. And considering that hymns actually were once contemporary, because if we say hymns, it means new songs, and those years that those hymns that we know were composed, those were the contemporary songs, those years, those decades, those centuries. So actually, I've been doing this in our church for about years now, wherein somehow the church, especially the old ones or the earlier generations, they they are somehow appreciating the way we blend the hymns, because they felt that, oh, we are again belong to this church. Because isn't it that we heard a lot of churches being divided because of the music, like this group of old people, no, we just want the hymns.
Yes.
Then this new generation, like they say, no, we don't know those songs, what we only know are these new songs. So being musicians, we need to have that challenge to reunite them in terms of music.
I can search for all eternity and find there is none like you.
In blending these two songs, there's no need for us much of the changing of the melody, because what we are supposed to do is to introduce the hymn as it is, and letting the congregation know that it's not that hard to connect these hymns to the new songs that we're singing, that they have the same message, though they have different authors, composers, but the message are somehow really the same. So we have the tube here.
Yeah, grabe. Very nice job.
Okay. Can we read what it says here?
Whistle pipe.
So this is a whistle pipe. Can you read?
To remind ourselves that music is always present and available for us to sing in unison and glorify God, and not to create walls between generations.
Okay. We are being reminded that since we can put this in our accessories, in our body as often as we can, so that it would help us remind that the music that we can create can bridge the gap between the old ones and to the new ones.